we will start with our prayer. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam vyasena gratitam purana munina madhye mahabharatam advaitamritavarshinim bhagavatim ashtadashadhyayinim amba tvam anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor, may our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita, and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So before starting of Bhagavad Gita, let us say something about Falharini Kali Puja. And tomorrow is Falharini Kali Puja. On the occasion of Falharini Kali Puja, Sri Ramakrishna worshipped the Divine Mother in the person of Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi. It is a great significance. It has a great significance because, as later Swami Vivekananda said, that the incarnation of Mother, the significance of incarnation is difficult to understand. Even you don't know. He wrote to Swami Shivanandaji, Dada, you don't know. Brother, you don't know the significance of Mother's life. As we find in Vedic era, many Rishikas, many women seers were present. More than 30, at least those mentioned in the Vedas. But later it happened in India that because of invasion, especially Mohammedan invasion, the whole country went to cocoon, as it were. And sufferers were women folk. Actually, they were not sufferers, the whole country was sufferer because of that. Why? Because Manu Smriti says, Yatra naryastu pujjante, ramante tatra devata. Where women folk are worshipped, the divinities stay. And not only stay, but they enjoy there. When Swamiji came to the West, he praised American women in so many ways. And he said that the progress of America is because of this empowerment of women. So in the incarnation of Sri Ramakrishna, we find that same Shakti was worshipped in Holy Mother. And Swami Vivekananda later predicted that centering Holy Mother, so many Gargis, Maitris will come in this world. And we see the Divine Mother is worshipped in Mother Sharda Devi. And centering her, not only we see awakening in India, but we see in Western world also. I see even men also, they are more attracted to Holy Mother. First, we monks, we come seeing Swami Vivekananda because of his dazzling personality. And later we find Sri Ramakrishna, his guru. Though he's not that rational or logical, looks like that, but later we find he's no less. Rather, he's indeed guru of Swami Vivekananda. But later we find the solace that where we can submit ourselves, that in Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi. And this awakening is not mere in this spiritual field, but in all fields, even social. We draw inspiration from the Mother, the Holy Mother, how to interact with people, how to be in this world detached. So this we find in life of Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi. And Sri Ramakrishna prayed to the Divine Mother, O Mother, be present in the person of Sharda and bless the whole world. So that is happening, and we see even modern society, and not only society, scientific evolution and enhancement, whatever progress that we find, that is the period when Sri Sharda Devi was worshipped. So to some of our monks, it is considered that Sri Ramakrishna invoked the Kundalini of the world, worshipping Mother Sharda Devi. So this is a very significant day, the Falharini Kali Puja, and fortunately that will be tomorrow. So we offer our respect and pranams to Sri Ramakrishna, who invoked the Divine Mother in Sharda Devi for our welfare. And also Holy Mother, who is solace, who is the protectress and who rears us. And all our progress is her because of her grace. Even Swamiji said, let Sri Ramakrishna live or go away. he jokingly said, but if Mother goes away, then there is a total destruction. So this is Mother, and Sri Ramakrishna worshipped her on Falaharni Kali Puja day. So it's a great day. That will be tomorrow. Anyway, now let us come back to our study. As we know, Sri Krishna answered 6 questions. So first 2 questions, what is the kshetra, what is the field, what is the knower of field, who is the knower of field, kshetra and kshetragya. And Jnana and Jnana. Jnanam Jnayam. Prakritim cha Purusham cha Kshetram Kshetragyam cha. So field and knower of field. And what is Jnana Sadhanani? What are the means to have knowledge? And what is that which one should know? The last set he is answering, we have contemplated, but due to break we lose something, so let us recapitulate it very briefly. So two points are there, Prakriti and Purusha. And what are those? These two. These are Anadi. Anadi means we do not know when it started or they started. So Prakriti and Purusha, it's like parallel. Prakriti and Purusha. Purusha, what is Purusha? Purishayanath, Purnatvatva, that which is Purna and who resides in the city of 9 gates. Prakriti and what is Prakriti? Prakriti is the holder, or Purusha is holder of Prakriti. Prakritim Mayam tu Prakritim Vidyan, Mayinam tu Maheshwara. Maya, that which is not. The power of Purusha is Prakriti. Purusha. So Prakritim Purushanchaiva Vidyanadi Ubhavapi. So one is Anadi. One point is both are Anadi. When it started, nobody knows. That is why it is Anadi. And it is cause of this creation. Without Prakriti, creation is not possible. Without Purusha, creation is not possible. So both are the cause of, both are not separate. It is obverse and reverse of the same coin. Therefore, when both are there, then only creation happens. And we know Para-prakriti and Apara-prakriti. Para-prakriti who creates, Apara-prakriti the created being. As we have seen in 8th chapter. So that we have already discussed. Now what are the separate points? One is conscious, one is unconscious. One is with evolutes, another is without evolutes. That means the process of evolution happens in Prakriti but not in Purusha. There is no change. When there is no change, that means it is unlimited, no limit, and therefore no causes can affect it. So nirvikara, and therefore without any form, because there are no objects, therefore, so it is nirvikara, nirakar, and nirguna. Nirguna means without any adjuncts, without any adjectives. So Prakriti is vikari, that means it evolutes or evolves in course of time, space, causation, but Purusha is not subject to time, space and causation. And Prakriti is achetana, that means material, matter. These are the initial postulation, but later we find in Vedanta, Prakriti is not different. This is Sankhya. Sankhya says it is achetana. But then when Purusha, because of Purusha, everything is Chetana. So anyway, Savikar and Saguna. So Prakriti is material, matter, and with it deteriorates, it metabolizes, and also it is full of qualities, adjuncts. So these are the ideas. So one is affected by cause and its effect. So karya karana kartritya hetu prakriti ruchyate. So whatever work that we do or instrument that is there that interacts, all these are because of prakriti. In the production of the body and the senses, prakriti is said to be the cause. In the experience of pleasure and pain, Purusha is to be the cause. That means Purusha enjoys or suffers. It is not Prakriti that suffers, because Prakriti is achetana, unconscious. It is matter. Matter does not suffer. It is the conscious being that suffer. And when Purusha is in Prakriti, then only it enjoys. Enjoys means suffers. Prakriti jan gunan. So what it suffers? That the effect of Prakriti, that because of that only Purusha suffers. Why it happens like that? Like that, guna sangyosya. When it is unifies with gunas. Gunas is sattva, rajas and tamas. It is not qualities. So when it is it's tadatmya. That means when it identifies itself, when Purusha identifies itself with Prakriti, then only it suffers. For example, as Sri Ramakrishna gave example, that a person is sweeping and somebody came and said, that Mr. X died. So he continues to sweep and says, oh, he was a very good man, how bad it has happened like this. But if that person is related to that sweeper, then immediately he stops and maybe he faints also. So it is because of this cause. What is that cause? Gunasanga. Attachment with the gunas, that means sattva, rajas and tamas. And because of that, we also, like as of now, we have good, bad environment or birth or samskara. See, it is all these are because of our attachment to the gunas. If we have attachment with good qualities, good gunas, then we'll have good birth. So, karanam gunasangyosya sat asat yoni janmesu. Purusha, seated in Prakriti, experiences the gunas, born of Prakriti. So, gunas here not exactly qualities, it is sattva, rajas and tamas. Whatever we see, it happens because of sattva, rajas and tamas. Why? Say, for example, this screen. This happens because there is three situations. One is, it is enlightened or it is lighted, and then there is switch on, off and transition. In short, that we can see. When a car is being driven, what is happening? That also is working on the same principle. Everything, even within us, and this will be taken elaborately from 14th chapter onward, 14th, especially 14th Gunatraya Vibhag Yoga. But it is taken in other chapters also. So, this, because of three gunas, all the actions that happens, that we see. So, karanam guna sangasya sadasad yoni janmasu. Purusha seated in Prakriti experiences the gunas, born of Prakriti, the reason of his birth in good and evil wombs, in his is his attachment to the gunas. Now, sattvika, like when, say, we are reading a book, when we feel joy, that is sattva. When we do something good work, then we feel that joy within, that is sattva. Rajasic, when we are very active, that is rajasic. And when we are indolent, then we are tamasic. So because the proximity of this, Purusha either enjoys or suffers. Now we go to the next, because we have dwelt on it previously also. Upadrashta anumantacha. Now how to come out of it? That is the great question. We understand that because of proximity of Purusha near Prakriti, we suffer. Then what is the way out? That must be explored. So here Sri Krishna gives us the way out. So this Purusha, what is the nature of this Purusha? If we contemplate the nature of Purusha, then we can get rid of it. So it is Upadrashta. And Supreme Purusha in this body is also called the looker-on. Looker-on means it is not involved. We can see this when we are working. Someone within us is not working, it's just looking on. It is drashta, seer. I am speaking. While I am speaking, within me there is an entity who is looking on and even assessing whether my wordings are proper or pronounced properly. And whenever required, it corrects me also. So Upadrashta. Within us, this Upadrashta is available with all of us. Upadrashta. Anumantacha. Anumanta. That means who sanctions, permits. So when a person is enjoying something or entangled in something, it has not happened just because of that. Because you permitted to do that. And then you are entangled. Because within us, that which is Upadrashta, the looker on, he warns that it is not good not to get indulged, not to be entangled. But then we get entangled. So this is Upadrashta Anumanta. Now this is also Bharta. Bharta means nourisher. Nourisher means whatever we do, because of its presence, this happens. Bharta. So Bharta means supporter. So in its presence, everything happens. And Bhokta. Bhokta means enjoyer or sufferer. Who suffers? It is the person who sanctions, who permits. He has to face the consequence also. So Upadrashta Anumantacha. So this way, if we can cultivate this, that I am Upadrashta, I am not attached, then I can get rid of it. Now, Paramatmeti, this is Supreme Being, Paramatma. Chapyukto dehasmin Purusha Paraha, Purusha Para, Supreme Purusha, that we have studied in 8th chapter. That um, excuse me. Sorry, it is 7th chapter. I was wrong. Bhumi rapo analo vayu kham manu buddhi revacha ahankara iti amme bhinna prakriti rashtrada. So prakriti is defined there in details. What are those? Whatever we see, earth, water, that means whatever is gross, liquid, gaseous, energy form, and also space. All these are prakriti. And then what is that para prakriti? Apariyamitasthanyam prakritim viddhi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yedam dharyate jagat. He who creates and who holds this, that is para prakriti, that we have also seen. So it is in 7th chapter, not 8th chapter. So apariyamitasthanyam prakritim viddhi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. That who holds this, the whole world. So upadrashta anumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwarah paramatmeti chapyukto dehasmin purushah paraha. So in this body, that Supreme Purusha is residing. And the Supreme Purusha in this body is also called the looker on, the permitter, the supporter, the experiencer, and great Lord, and the highest self. So when Arjuna asked, who is Purusha? So this is the answer. What is Prakriti? That also is answered. Upadrashta. So who is Purusha? It is Upadrashta. It is lookers on. It is the witness. And he is within us. As Bhagavan said later, that he resides in all being. So he is not outside of, he is outside everywhere. It is him and him alone that exists. So Paramatma iti chapyukta dehasmin purusha paraha. In this body he resides. And the Supreme Purusha in this body is also called the looker on, the permitter, the supporter, the experiencer, the great Lord, and the highest self. So if we can contemplate on him, then what will happen? I'll not be entangled. I'll not be identifying with the gunas of this world, that of Prakriti. And this way one can get rid of repeated birth and death and lots of suffering. Because the goal of life, what is the goal of life? Yam labdhva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tatah yatsmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. No one wants to suffer. No one. So to go beyond suffering is the only way, the This is the only way to go beyond suffering. That one should not get entangled, identified with Prakriti. So now he is concluding, Ya evam vetti purushaham prakritim cha gunai saha sarvatha vartamanopi nasa bhuyobhi jayate. He who thus knows the Purusha and Prakriti together with the gunas, whatever his life is, whatever his life is not born again, though he is present in all its glory. Swe mahimne pratisthita. He is existing in his own glory. It does not depend on anything. So, ya evam vetti purusha. Purusha means independent, conscious being, not conditioned by any limitations, not limited by anything. And this is our real nature. Ya evam vetti purusham. He who knows the Purusha thus. Prakritim cha gunai saha. And also Prakriti, the nature. What is Prakriti? Whatever we see, whatever evolves, what is conditioned, what are with full of adjuncts. Therefore, these are changing all the time. But a person who can separate this, Prakriti Purusha, Viveka, distinct differentiation from Prakriti, who can separate oneself from this Prakriti, though he retains or he remains in this world, but he is not identified. We have concept of Jivan Mukti, we have concept of Videha Mukti. That means one, even living, can be free. As in the life of Sri Ramakrishna or many great souls, we see, while living they are free. And after leaving this body, then they become Videha Mukta. That means they are free without body. So this state is our goal of life. Jivan Mukti Sukha Prapti Hetave Janma Dharana. So we take this birth to have the fun, to be free while living. There is no other purpose of getting this body. So, ya evam vetti purusham prakritim cha gunai saha. He who knows Purusha and Prakriti thus. He who thus knows the Purusha and Prakriti together with the gunas, whatever his life is, not born again. Now, we'll go to the next. Dhyana. Now, how to get this? So, dhyanena atmani pashyanti kechid atmana. So, self. This, the instrument, where can we get this instrument? We have this instrument. God has given this instrument. So, there are three Atma here. Atmani, in the self. Atmana, by the self. Atmanam, the self. Self is to be realized. How? Where? In the self. It's not that we'll get somewhere else. We worship. It is like, worshipping is like standing in front of a mirror. When we stand in front of mirror, then only we can see ourselves. So it is the self, that means the ideal that we have, our goal. That ideal we can see in front of our chosen, or in the process of worshipping. So when we worship there, we worship here. Sri Ramakrishna, when he used to offer mother something, sometimes he would go to the mouth of Mother Kali, but sometimes he would take himself also, because he realized that Mother Kali is within him. And people thought he has gone mad. But actually he was not mad, he was sane. Rather, we are insane compared to him. So, dhyanena atmani. Now what happens this dhyana? Dhyanena, by meditation. Some by meditation behold the self in their own intelligence. Where to find? Behind this intelligence. What is intelligence? This triputi. Triputi means threefold: knowledge, knower, and object of knowledge. We cannot go beyond intellect. We only feel joy after intellect. But knowledge, we can understand up to this. There is something to be known, there is a knower, and there is a process of knowing. So behind this, he is very much present. So, Atmani means in the self. So within the self, where he can be found. What is his address? The address is his beyond intellect. So dhyanena atmani atmana. By the self. What is self? Even that atmana is our intellect. We can understand him by purifying our intellect. How to purify our intellect? How to purify our understanding? We can understand by purifying our mind. What is happening in mind? Mind is unstable, fickle, all the time moving. And it has lots of rubbish. So first, that's called, in Sanskrit we call chittamala. So first we have to remove this chittamala. How to do that? Only through working. Working means striving for that. Say meditation. Meditation also is striving. Whatever we do every day, those are also instrument to remove our chittamala, remove our dirt from our mind. When it is done without any expectation, without expecting any results. So gradually what happens when I don't expect anything from the world, then gradually I am detached. So no blemishes can pollute me. Now how this happens? It happens by the grace of Guru and Shastra. So mind should be honed, mind should be chastised by the instructions from Guru and Shastra. So mind should be mind should be made in such a way that it can understand, it can conceive. How? By the instruction of Guru and Shastra. Then it has capacity to understand subtle things. Otherwise we sleep, we don't understand. And even for that we need some scolding also. Yes. It looks funny, but it sounds funny. But otherwise mind is not trained. We have to train our mind by the grace of God, grace of Guru, grace of Shastra. When mind is trained, By that mind, then only we can remove our chittamala. Otherwise, this dirt also will not go. What is dirt, what is not dirt, we have no conception. All the time we mix up. That's why simple thing, wash your hands. But that bothers people. But these are the training. And then, when chittamala is removed, so that's karma yoga. Whatever we do, we should not expect anything from anyone. When we expect something, we are slave of that expectation. Then our mind cannot be purified. Then comes upasana. When we sit in front of Guru Maharaj or for our daily meditation, what do we do exactly? That's called upasana, because mind is also, it is moving all the time. Vikshepa. Vikshepa means it is scattering all the time. To concentrate that, we need to sit in front of our chosen ideal, do some upasana, remembering, and also identifying our real self. So this is upasana is also important. First, removal of chittamala by karma yoga. Karma yoga means whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we perform, donate, we should offer that to God. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat tapaswasi konteya tat kurusha madarpanam. That we should offer to God first. So this way, what will happen? No dirt will enter in my mind. After this, then there is still some disturbances in mind. That is to be concentrated. For that concentration, we need to do some japa, say one-pointed practice. So eka vritti, eka chitta vritti. There are so many vrittis are there. Eka tattva abhyasa. That means one thing to be practiced. Say Buddhists, they are attentive to their breathing. But what we do, especially our Ramakrishna order, we have a chosen ideal and we meditate in front of him. We try to meditate that form, that name, and his divine qualities, his divine sport, and ultimately what he in reality is. So this way, our chitta vikshepa, that means the scattering of mind is concentrated. After then third, what is the third point? Is Shravana. We are to hear time and again. But whenever we hear something, oh, we know this. This idea comes. But no, that's knowing is not enough. We have to know correctly. Shravana is very important. Why it is important? Generally we don't think, abhavana. And when we think opposite. Say we are not bodies, but we think we are bodies. So viparit bhavana. Abhavana, viparit bhavana. And then when we hear, then there is some possibility, sambhavana. When we hear this, how? When we hear again and again, then possibility that it is possible that we can understand. So Shravana is very important. What happens by Shravana? Because then we have inkling to remove our ignorance. That yes, my ignorance can go if we proceed on that path. But then we are not convinced. That's why we need to meditate, manana, concentrate and contemplate. that what we have heard, is it true? We try to convince ourselves, removing all our doubts. That's called manana. Shravana, manana. And then comes the final one. What is that? Nididhyasana. That means we have this practice, habit, and sanskara. That samskara of previous, that again we go back. As soon as we stop, we go back to our same self. After the class, we go back to, oh, how are you? Where do you come from? All these kinds of things. Okay, so because it is our previous samskara, that samskara is to be removed. That happens by repeated practice of living those ideas. Living those ideas, that's very important. Vasana, sanskar and vasana nivritti. That means to establish oneself in that reality which we really are. So dhyanena atmani pashyanti kechit atmanam atmana. Some by meditation behold the self in their own intelligence by the purified heart, others by the path of knowledge, others again by karma yoga. So, karma yoga, as Swamiji also said, if you can do work without selfish end, then what will happen? You can realize your own self. So in our order, we call it Seva Yoga, service. It has special combination of not only karma but dhyana also and jnana. When you are serving someone, you are to think that I am serving God. So that is Jnana Yoga. Why this was introduced to the Ramakrishna order, and later now it is worldwide. Because once Sri Ramakrishna was explaining the tenets of Vaishnavism, so he first said that Jive Vaishnav Seva, Nam Sankirtan, Vaishnav Seva, and Jivedaya. 3. So, Nam Sankirtan, sing the glories of God. Why? Because name and possessor of name are not different. So, if I sing the name of God, God is attracted. Suppose you are sleeping and somebody calls you by name. Immediately you wake up. Yes, what can I do for you? So this is the connection. Similarly, God has connection with His name. And then Nam Sankirtan and Vaishnav Seva. Vaishnav Seva means service to good people, wise people. And the third is Jive Daya. That means compassion to the embodied being. Then Sri Ramakrishna went into Samadhi and started spitting. What compassion can you show to Jiva? Jiva is Shiva. But what you can do, you can serve Jiva as Shiva. Serve God in man. So what we do is called Seva Yoga. Because there, and later Swamiji explained this, that what I have learned today, I'll explode on society in course of time, if God wills, and I'll tell everyone how to perform our services. And later he did. So, Seva Yoga means it necessarily requires knowledge that I am serving, I am not ordinary person, I am also the self and serving self. And this is, in India we have something like this all the time. When we say namaste, greeting, not hi, hello, namaste, that means I offer the divine that is in you, and I offer and I respect that. Namaste, namahate. So I offer my obeisance to you. And similarly, sometimes tilak. That also, like we put something on the Shivlingam. Similarly, we put here. That is reminder of that I am divine. And that also helps our concentration. So it is not without any reason. So our practices also were designed that way. So, karma yoga, as I was talking, by karma and seva yoga, one can achieve this. And dhyanena, by meditation, by concentration, one can achieve this. And dhyanena, and also by knowledge, path of knowledge. Some by meditation behold the self in their own intelligence by the purified heart. Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam riddeshe Arjuna tishtati. O Arjuna, God resides in all being at their heart. Heart means center of one's being. Center. So this is very important. So purified heart, others by the path of knowledge, others again by karma yoga. Now what happens to those who has no facility to hear this?
Swami, before you read 24,
Yeah.
for clarification.
Yeah.
Corey, can you bring up 24 on the screen? Oh, this says 21.
Oh, sorry. 24, yes. Dhyanena Atmani Pashyanti, yes.
In the tradition that of the Ramakrishna Mahamishra and the way Swamiji presented it as the four yogas, similar to what is in Patanjali. So this first section, sun by meditation, behold the self. That's dhyana, right? Or Raja Yoga, meditation.
Okay, our Karma Yoga. So our Karma Yoga, that means Seva Yoga has got 4 components.
Right.
When you are serving someone, then your attention should be there. That means the practice of attention, that is meditation. Seva Yoga. First we are dealing with Seva Yoga.
Okay, so you started with Karma Yoga.
Karma Yoga.
Okay.
So in our Karma Yoga, we have attention to that patient. And not only that, we have to also know that I am serving Shiva. So that means this is Jnana Yoga also.
Which one is dhyana?
No. Karma Yoga. I am taking first Karma Yoga. In Karma Yoga, 4 components are there. As Swami Vivekananda, at that time Narendranath explained, that when you are serving someone, that means what? You are doing some work. That is karma. And you are not expecting anything. So Karma Yoga. And secondly, you are not you are serving God as Shiva. Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. Shiva Jnana means you are considering the person is no more person, he is God himself. So Jnana Yoga. And to do that, you must have attention. If your mind is somewhere else, you cannot serve anyone. So that means you are to concentrate. And what is concentration? Dhyana. Raja Yoga. And if you are doing with concentration, knowing that you are serving Shiva, but you are not mentally attached with him, so then it will fail. So there must be bhakti also. So our Seva Yoga has got all 4 components: karma, jnana, Raja Yoga, and also bhakti yoga. This is speciality, especially Swami Gambhirananji, my sannyasa guru. He wrote on this, Seva Yoga. So our Seva Yoga is not Karma Yoga. It's with combination of all four. Even someone doing Karma Yoga, that is enough for him. But our Karma Yoga, what we do, like we go to that serve God in man. If it is done correctly, with that we have all four. That means we are doing something, karma, without expectation, to Karma Yoga. Then second is, we should put our attention there. Without attention we cannot do. So it is Dhyana Yoga. Then we have to know that I am serving God in that form. So everything is that Supreme Being. So it is Jnana. And that should be done, offered with devotion, bhakti. So our Karma Yoga, that means what we call Seva Yoga, it has four components. Now here what Bhagavan said, some by meditation behold the self in their own intelligence, by the purified heart. So purification is done, I have explained all these things. First is, by the grace of God and Shastra, one should train one's mind to do what? Do some Karma Yoga correctly. And then Upasana, sitting in front of that chosen ideal, one should try to concentrate one's mind. That's second. And third, by hearing over and over again the real nature of self, one should contemplate this. The fourth is manana. Whatever we heard, one should cogitate and remove all the doubts from mind. That's fourth. And the fifth is nididhyasana, to be steeped in that idea, to translate those ideas into practice. Not only in theory. While speaking, while listening, we must have these ideas. So some by meditation behold the self in their own intelligence. Own intelligence means what? Behind intelligence. Behind intelligence. So first we have to understand what is intelligence. What is that behind intelligence? And by purified heart, others by the path of knowledge, others again by Karma Yoga. Various paths are enumerated. And all through Gita there are so many. Now let's take up this one and then we'll take later. Anyetu ajananta. Anyetu evam ajananta. Some may not know all this and technicalities. Say Aboriginal is not the right word. What is that? Local, original people. Original people, right? Huh? Native people. So native people, they may not know all these techniques. But if they have faith in the Guru, whomsoever he or she is asking or knowing this, if he or she follows that also can achieve. That is what is being said here. Anye tu evam ajanantaha. Others again, not knowing thus, worship as they have heard from others. Even these go beyond death. You see, these are universal principles. What we are studying, it is thorough scientific study and we are understanding from that standpoint. But some may not have this facility. What will happen to them? They also can have, because this is a principle. Say like principle of gravity. A scientist know about this. But ordinary people also know, oh, it falls. Maybe some ghost attracts it. So fruit is the same. The means may differ. The principle is the same. Therefore, those who are not going scientifically, they also know the effect. So here, Sri Krishna is opening up for infinite possibilities. Not only from this. Here we have advantage. We understand, we can ask questions, we can, our whole bank of knowledge is there. But suppose someone has no facility to get this advantage, what will happen to them? For them also, there is the way. There is a way. And the native people, they have their own way. I was in Australia. So this waking time is, they call it dream time. Yeah. This is dream time. We are in dream time. And we have to go to our original time. Not to be enjoyed or not to be entangled in this dream time. Though it may not be refined, but some inkling is there. And God will be partial if there is no other way for unenlightened. So that is why here, Anyetu evam ajanantah srutvanyebhya upasate tepi chati taranteva mrittum shruti parayana. So fire, one can study fire and know various properties and how to use it, all these things. But ordinary people know how to at least light a fire. Okay. So this is, okay, next Sunday, next Sunday I think I'll be there. I'll return by that time. We'll continue our study. Only there will be no class on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
I'm looking for miracle in my life. I'm looking for a miracle in my life. I'm looking for a miracle in my life. I'm looking for a miracle in my life. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils and snares, we have already come. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. When we have been here 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.